Hi, my name is Carl McDaniel. I'm one of the co-authors of your textbook. And today we're very fortunate. We have with us Jerry Thomas, who is the president and CEO of Decision Analysts, one of the world's largest and premier marketing research firms. Jerry, can you tell us a little bit about what we're going to see today in the focus group?
And I've been doing focus groups for almost 40 years now, and during that time I've done approximately 5,000 focus groups myself, as well as observed a number of others. And today we're going to be doing the focus group around this table, and you can see that we'll be working with about 10 participants or respondents. I will sit in the big chair at the end of the table and try to lead the discussion and try to keep the discussion balanced and make sure everyone participates in the discussion.
Thank you very much, Jerry.
Hi, my name is Jerry Thomas. I want to thank all of you for coming tonight. I really appreciate you helping us with this project. This is called a focus group, and I'm not sure why it's called a focus group, but it is. It's really nothing more than just a group discussion. There are no right or wrong answers. This is all going to be very casual and informal, so let your feelings out, be honest, tell the truth. We will have observers here behind the one-way mirror. And this is going to be a discussion mostly among you rather than me talking back and forth with you. So talk to each other, ask each other questions, and try to talk one at a time so that we can capture on the videotape what you're saying. There's no need to raise your hands, just talk whenever you feel that you have something to say. And everyone's opinion is equally important, so make sure that everyone has a chance to say what they want to say and has a chance to participate. And I'll be helping with that process. So are there any questions before we get started? The topic, as you know, is on the subject of dating and how young women go about finding dates, and so we'll talk around that subject. But maybe before we get into the detail of that, maybe we could start talking about what are you looking for in men? I mean, what do women really want? What are the characteristics, the traits? What's the ideal man that you're looking for?
Honest.
Smart. Rugged.
I think that even though a lot of women don't like to admit it nowadays, we want a provider and a protector. We're so strong nowadays, but I think we still want that. Some people do.
Ambition.
Yeah.
Good looking.
Yeah.
Someone who takes control.
Yeah, I think it's very important that you can carry on a conversation with someone. I think that's one of the most important things. Be able to come home and be able to talk to someone and have them really listen to you.
But someone who's like open to new ideas and not so set in one ideology that they can't they can't listen to anything new.
I think
Gotta
somebody
be-
who's share. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
There gotta be someone you're attracted to.
Good looking style. Yeah, but even then, if they have a really great personality, that makes them even more attractive than how they look, appearance-wise.
There's been several times that I've, seen someone across the room and you see them and it's like, oh my God, this guy is, he has everything. And then you go talk to him or he opens his mouth and he's the ugliest person you've ever seen in your entire life.
But on the other hand, I couldn't like a really ugly guy. I can't force myself to like somebody I'm not attracted to. I want the whole package, not just one part of it.
So when you say attraction, you have to be attracted to someone. I'm not sure I understand what you mean.
Well, there's always that initial attraction before you know who they are, before you talk to them. You have to be initially attracted to them. But then all of us have something about within themselves that they know as soon as they meet someone that, this is what I want this person and characteristic to have, I guess.
So there seem to be two dimensions to what you're talking about. One is visual attractiveness or physical attractiveness, and personality attractiveness. That both of those are important. So let's talk about each of those. What makes a man visually attractive to you, and what makes a man attractive to you from a personality perspective?
Someone who irons their clothes. Sorry.
Well-groomed.
Yeah.
I'm less attracted to the depressed types, the metrosexual. I don't want a man who is more.
Takes longer to get ready than you.
Yes.
What makes a man attractive to you?
We're talking about visual here.
Visually, physical attractiveness.
I'm attracted to all different like looks, as it were, like rugged or plastic or whatever. It really is the personality. But as far as looks go, I guess it would. I mean, I'm attracted to guys who take care of themselves physically. Like that goes for hygiene and like I guess working out and stuff. But I don't want him to look like The Rock because that's not cool at all. But also don't want him to look like he never eats.
So Angela, what about you? What do you find attractive?
Their hands. I like a man that has well-groomed hands, not bitten down, not nails that are bitten down. True. Not the grit and the stuff underneath their nails. Just nice, clean, well-groomed hands. That's good stuff right there. It's really good stuff.
Gretchen, what about you? What do you find attractive?
I would say height, be tall is very attractive to me, and eyes. I like eyes too, and a good smile. That's always an attractive feature. And I really like strong forearms. I know it's kind of weird, but yeah, that's nice forearms. It's very attractive. Just, I guess clean cut, just a guy that's put together.
So like Popeye, forearms.
Exactly. Well, not too crazy. I would say like professional baseball players seem to always have good-looking forearms.
It's the forearms. It's the forearms.
Yeah, it's the forearm, this area right here. Yeah, it's very nice. But yeah, just clean cut.
Haley, what about you?
I fall hard for men who have eyes that I can tell what they're thinking when I look at their eyes.
Let's talk more. It seemed as though personality was just as important as physical appearance. So we won't go around the table at this point, but just back and forth. What kind of personality characteristics are you most attracted to in men?
I like someone that you don't have to take care of. So if you go out with friends, you can go and visit with your friends that you're with, or you don't have to be standing next to him and making sure he's okay all the time. So he can do fine talking to your friends.
Someone who's a little bit more independent?
Right, I guess that's the right word, but that way you just don't have to watch them all the time. You can leave them away, leave them with this group and he's going to be fine.
The security.
Right. But then he's not needing you to be there all the time to,
Not
help
a
him
problem.
into the conversation.
Always wondering where you are.
Exactly.
So you don't want to babysit him, and you don't want him to be overly jealous.
Right. Right. So I think that's important. So.
There's nothing more annoying than having to justify where you are at all times of the day.
I like someone who can make their own decisions. I think that's it's very important, especially nowadays. I think someone spoke about it, how being able to have someone surprise you and make a decision and say, hey, this is where we're going to go. I want to take you here, instead of always having to make the decision for both of you.
Somebody who's not afraid to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had guys tell me, well, I wasn't sure if you would like. Well, then let's just do it and figure it out on our own. If this is something that we like or not like.
And I always wonder, is that experiences that they've had, that the woman is overpowering, that they don't know how to make decisions anymore? But
So I'm really intrigued by the forearms. Help me understand this. I'm lost here now. What is it about forearms that's appealing?
Well, they're mentioning like the strength and the bigness in it. And I like the drummer arms, that it's kind of gross, but the veins.
Yeah.
And it just is some kind of strength.
When they can take their forearm and move their fingers and the little...
Yeah, they're just built and the veins are out.
Rotate. Yeah. I don't
Because they
know.
can hold.
Maybe it's just a really masculine... Yeah, it probably is. It's a masculine feature.
Well, we don't really have that, do we? I guess I don't.
So much.
No, there's something about, I don't know, but anyway, you know, I'll be like across the table from a man with forearms and they can move or pick up something and there's this muscle right here and it, unbelievable. Sorry.
Well, when I write my book on forearms, this is very interesting. Very, very interesting. What could men do to create a more favorable impression on women?
I mean, I think a man can be more attractive if he just was a little more open.
I don't believe men are that deep.
They're not.
I don't believe they're
I
thinking
think
much at all most
so
of
it
the
makes me think,
time.
why can't they?
So men are superficial and shallow in their
I
relationships.
just think they're simple.
Simple.
Men
very
are
simple creatures.
simple-minded and superficial and shallow.
I don't think they're shallow. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're shallow. I think they're just simple people. I wish we could be simple, and then life would be great.
And women are more complicated.
Very much so.
We have more emotions, I think, go along with that stuff.
I don't think we can turn our minds off.
Exactly, yeah.
Be cool.
There's an action, we have a reaction every time.
What is the very worst thing about dating?
The unknown.
What are your worst experiences, your worst fears, your worst nightmares?
Well, that's a little heavy. I don't know if it's that scary, but when the guy tries so hard in the beginning and aren't their true selves, you know, you're attracted to them and they're growing on you, but it's somebody who's fake. It's not really them, and I think that maybe, you know, I do it too, to a certain extent. You show your best side in a new relationship, but when that carries on and then just abruptly stops because you're falling into a more comfortable routine in a relationship, I think that's pretty
I think
good.
for me, the worst thing about dating is putting in the work to have to meet people and have to get to know somebody, you know. I don't know, that's just, takes a lot of time to meet somebody and talk to them on the phone and decide whether you want to go on a date with them and just getting to know somebody.
Yeah, I agree.
It's a lot of work.
The gamble of it all. Knowing, okay, I'm going to put all this into this relationship and who knows if it's going to pay off or not,
The unknown.
you know?
I'm scared that they're talking to me for the wrong reason. Like, I may really like them, and who knows, they just may want me for like sexual reasons or whatnot, you know? So you never know.
That's kind of, yeah, that insecurity. Because that, especially when you meet a guy at a bar or something, you kind of feel that that's what they're there for, maybe. I don't know. But I also think it's pretty awful when you do meet their circle of friends and maybe there are a lot of people there you like too, and if it doesn't work out, then you lose some great people sometimes.
Yes.
The worst things about dating?
For me, it's having to be on all the time. I hate having to sit at a restaurant and, you know, having to stand, you know, having to sit up straight and know which fork to use. I just want to put my elbows on the table with a beer instead of a glass of wine and a steak instead of a salad. And, you know, just
That's
have
what
to be-
guys prefer, though.
I don't. And instantaneous gratification, and I'm old. I don't care anymore. I think that's part of the worst for me is that I'm older now than what I was.
Ah, but that's part of the game. See, now you're playing up to what the men are playing with the 3-day phone calls, because now you're ordering your salad instead of your steak.
Yeah.
But we both do it.
Yeah.
Is my point.
And that's what I don't like.
You used the word payoff a moment ago. Whether the relationship was going to pay off.
Oh, right, yeah.
What did you mean by that?
Well, you know, if you invest a lot, I mean, let's say years, or a year, or years, months into something, thinking that maybe it's going somewhere, and it ends up not. I mean, it's like, it's a gamble that you take every
that
time.
you've
You know?
wasted a
Right.
year or
Like,
two.
I've had friends who dated one guy all through college, and it ended up not working out, and they're like, oh, you know, I regret this so much because that's like such a big dating pool is when you're in school and stuff, and I didn't take advantage of it, and now I'm out and I'm working, and it's a lot harder to meet people and stuff. And I think that's like big downfall, regret.
I think I used to think like that, but now I think that not fate or destiny, just that I think that everything happens for a reason. I think she was in that 4-year relationship because she was supposed to learn something from it.
Yeah.
So let's assume for a moment that you're out of school. How do you go about meeting people?
You sign up for eHarmony. I have some friends who have signed up for internet dating sites. I never have, but I think it's a very interesting situation because, you know, earlier we were talking about the way someone looks physically versus personality, and if you meet someone on the internet, it kind of turns the whole thing on its head, and you're really getting to know the personality before you see the person, which is a very different dynamic.
Well, there's pictures sometimes. I think most of the time there's pictures.
Yeah.
But yes, like that you don't know whose picture.
Right. Right.
But then again, that would be the honesty thing. It's like,
Yeah.
you are not
Yeah.
Robert or whoever.
I think that's really scary. I don't know exactly how I feel about it, but I do know I have a lot of friends that have very successful relationships, and some older, like parents' friends who've married, and those relationships have worked out.
And they found them by
Online dating.
online dating.
And when I was first told, I thought, you know,
Well, is that the way most people meet new people, through the internet or online, or is it through other means?
Well, it's definitely more accepted. I remember when it was like a big joke. It's like if you actually signed up for one of those things, you'd never tell anybody. And I mean, you would never hear of people like Brad.
And you would never tell anyone because
Because it was like only weirdos did that. Like only you know.
Yeah,
desperate.
desperate.
Yeah.
like, what's wrong with you? Why can't you find somebody?
Yeah.
But no, coming into age and out of school, you realize it's not so taboo. It's actually very difficult to meet people.
But I do think a lot of people do meet in just social settings, whether it's a party or a get-together or church, things like that. But I also agree that it's a place that you frequent a lot, that you do see something like the library or walking your dog. You know, if you go, dog has to go to the bathroom, so you walk your dog. You know, things like that. If it, like just somewhere that you go regularly or social. It's social for them. I don't think anybody
So I'm sure that you all have secrets here about the best place. You know, like fishermen, you know, have their best fishing spots they don't tell anybody about. So I think I'd like to hear from each of you on how do you go about meeting people? What are your secrets? What are the things that you do that other women don't know about?
Well, my friends know about where I go. I used to go to the coffee house in Lincoln Square because it was open till 2, and I'd like take all my books there and study. And sometimes I would talk to people, actually frequently. I just meet people and talk to them for hours, just random people. And but now they're closed. Now I end up going to the Waffle House. That's not such a great place to meet.
What's your secret, Angela?
Oh, I don't even know that I have a secret. I mean, I talk to everybody. There's not a person I don't talk to. I like the bookstores the most. So if there's not anybody there, I always have entertainment with the books. And I'm pretty active in my church. I meet a lot of people there. I don't think I really have any secrets.
I don't think I really try. I guess just mainly hanging out with friends, hanging out with their friends, meeting people that way, going out. Whatever's going on the weekend, just hanging out with my friends. And people usually just come along. They don't have a certain place or anything.
Judy?
Well, in high school, it's going to sound like a movie, but, you know, I liked the long hair guys, so I did go to D Hall, and I met all the guys I wanted to meet. It really worked well. But now, it's not a secret either. It's just the social settings, the parties, and
These are among people that you already know.
yes, people I already know, but then there's always people I don't know that are invited. Just social gatherings, whether it's, you know, at a community gathering or just a social party at someone's home.
Pretty much the same for me. I have certain friends that run in different circles, you know, and you just hang with those friends and they introduce you to a group of people and you just fork off from there. That's the best way I know how. And sometimes at the gym, but very rarely because I don't look very cute at the gym. All sweaty.
It's like the best time to meet them.
Oh, yeah.
Like I said, I go through my friends, you know, and, you know, like them, you or her, you meet people, you know, maybe that you work with, that you start to become better friends with. You've got your friends from growing up or from school, but then you work with new people all the time, and they have friends, so there's always opportunity to meet different people at all times. Girls, you know, and then maybe those girls can meet you or set you up with guys, or I very rarely go.
So it's sort of networking through
Exactly.
your friends.
I very rarely go to like a bar and like meet somebody. Like I don't do that. That's just something I choose not to do because I don't trust that, you know, for me.
And you don't trust it because?
I don't know. I like to have different intentions.
So if you meet a man in a bar, his intentions are...
No, it's not always. It's not always that they are, you know, I just...
The odds, probably.
Well, it upsets me when so many of my girlfriends that meet men at bars are so shocked afterwards that all they want to do is drink after they've, you know, fallen into a relationship and they call him an effing alcoholic all the time. It's, well, look where you met him, and they keep doing it over and over again. So I think that's one of the worst places to
So
be.
bars are not a very good place to fish for men.
I mean, if you're wanting the social, you know, type of dating where you're just
Yeah.
nonchalantly not, you know, trying to get to know the people, just dating around, I think that's a fine situation because you're doing it too.
Yeah.
But if you're looking for something more, unless that person is just happen to be the same place, a lot of the times you're not going to meet them in a bar.
Okay, Veronica?
The few times that I did go to the Mavericks games, I noticed that there are a lot of there's a lot of young professional men that, yeah,
Of course, they like sports. So.
yeah, and it's not a very like family oriented place, so most of the time, so you will have like single men there. So yeah.
So the Mavericks, okay? Maverick games. Haley?
I agree with everything that's been said so far, and I think the only thing I have to add is any organization that you are interested in, if you join that organization, you're going to find people that you have something in common with. So whether it's church or, you know, an on-campus organization of some sort.
Habitat for Humanity.
Yeah.
Fine men out there.
Habitat for Humanity? Okay.
Says a lot about someone.
Yes, it does too.
Mm-hmm.
And you get to see their forearms.
I need the number to this place. No, I agree, friends. I think that it's like pre-screening, you know, your friends give you, your friends know you, they know this person, they can, well, if you trust your friend, of course, you know, see if both of your personalities are going to click or not, so.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and I agree with the coffee house. In an area that you can sit outdoors and you see many people passing by, nature trails, you know, things, you'll see the same people over and over again, and maybe your dog's leashes will tangle.
Let's talk about your thoughts and feelings about dating services, and I'm thinking primarily about online dating services. Which ones have you heard about, are you aware of, and what are your impressions of them? Online dating services.
Well, you mentioned eHarmony.
And that's Christian based, isn't it?
Or not, is that the one that,
I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
we do.
Christian based.
there's Match.com.
Mm-hmm.
Any of them other than eHarmony, I would pretty much consider.
How many, just,
My first impression.
I want to come back to that in a second. Don't like to do this very often, but a show of hands, how many of you have heard of eHarmony? Everyone's heard of eHarmony. And you said Match.com. How many of you have heard of Match.com? All of you. Are there other online dating services?
I think Yahoo
There
has
is, I
singles.
just can't think of
Yahoo
it.
singles has a really hot guy on the ad. He's always on the right-hand side.
So Yahoo. How many of you are aware of the?
Perfectmatch.com.
Oh, yeah.
So how many are aware of the Yahoo meet other people place or whatever?
I think that
I see
one's.
little ads for different
Yeah.
online dating services all the time.
You know, as much as internet's taken over the world, there are always those pop-ups, or at the top it's scrolling through, or if you have different email services, usually there's like a clip at the top.
How many of you, before coming here tonight, were aware that Yahoo had a dating service?
Oh,
I
Yahoo
think I have-
Personals, that's what it's
Okay,
Yeah,
3,
personal.
4, about half of you. Okay, so it's eHarmony and Match.com. What just from whatever you've heard or seen or your own personal impressions, what do you think about eHarmony? You were starting to say something about eHarmony, I think.
From the commercials, it seems to be a Christian-based singles.
It seems very serious, a lot more serious than other dating services.
Right,
seems
it's not just
that-
appearance, you don't just put in your physical appearance. I can't remember all the criteria, but they give you a breakdown of the criteria. They try to match you intellectually and maybe towards your morals or different things like that.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
They seem very in depth, you know, with their
They
process.
have a screen, they what they like a 90-point screening.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's like a psychological evaluation that you have to go through.
Mm-hmm. On eHarmony, also their ads, their commercials on television, a lot of them end up in marriage. Where I think a lot of the others are, let's find a date, let's find a really hot guy or a hot
eHarmony
girl.
seems to be targeting older people, I think.
Mhm.
eHarmony
More
is
mature.
targeting older people?
Yeah, like I don't think I would fit on there, you know.
More emotionally mature
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Just, some of them are a little bit younger, but people who are looking for a serious relationship, maybe not marriage.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, every commercial I've seen has been on the O channel, and you know, it's always it's like 30s, sometimes 40s, and you know, someone will say, "Well, I was married once, it didn't work out, and then I got on eHarmony, and now I found the perfect person." You know, they're dancing, and I mean, it's like it's like their soulmate, you know. So.
Okay, this has been a great discussion. Y'all been doing a great job. And now I'd like to play a little game as the last thing we do before you leave. And I want us to